The Adventure of Peter Rabbit. Once upon a time, in a cozy burrow beneath a big tree, lived a family of rabbits. There was Mrs. Rabbit and her 4 little children, Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. They were very happy living together. Every day, Mrs. Rabbit told them stories and warned them about the dangers of the garden nearby. "Now, children," she would say, "you may go into the fields or down the lane, but don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden. Your father had an accident there. He was put in a pie by Mrs. McGregor." Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail were good little bunnies and always listened to their mother. But Peter was a very curious and adventurous rabbit. One morning, Mrs. Rabbit went to the baker's shop to buy some bread and told her children to stay safe. As soon as she left, Peter decided he would visit Mr. McGregor's garden. Peter squeezed under the gate and found himself in the most beautiful garden he had ever seen. There were rows of carrots, lettuce, radishes, and so many other vegetables. Peter's eyes sparkled with excitement. He hopped over to the lettuce and began to nibble on a big green leaf. It was delicious. He then ate some French beans and radishes. Peter was having a wonderful time until he heard a noise. Mr. McGregor had spotted Peter. "Stop, thief!" he shouted, waving a rake in the air. Peter was very frightened. He ran all over the garden, looking for a way to escape. He lost one of his shoes among the cabbages and the other among the potatoes. He was barefoot now and getting more scared. Peter ran into the tool shed and jumped into a watering can. It would have been a great hiding place if it had not been full of water. Mr. McGregor was getting closer and closer. Peter sneezed. "Achoo!" Mr. McGregor heard him and tried to catch him. Peter jumped out of the can and ran as fast as he could. He was very wet and tired, but he did not stop running. Peter ran into a patch of cucumbers and hid behind a large leaf. He could see Mr. McGregor's boots as he walked past. Peter held his breath, hoping he wouldn't be found. Mr. McGregor muttered to himself as he searched for Peter. Where did that little rabbit go? Peter saw his chance to escape and dashed out from his hiding spot. He ran through the rows of vegetables, zigzagging to avoid Mr. McGregor's sight. Peter found himself in front of the garden gate, but it was closed. He remembered the small hole in the wall he had seen earlier and headed towards it. On his way to the hole, Peter ran into a friendly sparrow who chirped, "Follow me, Peter. I know a safe way out." Peter followed the sparrow, who led him to a hidden gap in the fence. Peter squeezed through and found himself back in the open field. He was safe at last, but he was also very tired and hungry. Peter ran all the way home. He was happy to be back in the cozy burrow with his family. Mrs. Rabbit was very worried when she saw Peter's condition. She gave him some chamomile tea and put him to bed. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail had bread and milk and blackberries for supper. Peter, however, was not feeling well and went straight to sleep. That night, Peter had a strange dream. He dreamt he was back in Mr. McGregor's garden, but this time, the vegetables were talking to him. The carrots said, "Peter, you should listen to your mother." The lettuce whispered, "Be careful, Peter. Danger is everywhere." Even the radishes nodded in agreement, saying, "Stay safe, little rabbit." The next morning, Peter woke up feeling much better. He remembered his dream and the lessons he learned from the talking vegetables. He promised his mother he would never go into Mr. McGregor's garden again. He had learned a very important lesson about listening to his mother and staying safe. As days went by, Peter kept his promise. He played happily in the fields and lanes with Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. They enjoyed the sunshine, the fresh air, and the freedom to explore safely. Peter discovered that there were plenty of exciting adventures to be had without going into the dangerous garden. One day, while playing near a stream, Peter and his siblings met a friendly frog named Freddie. Freddie told them stories about his adventures in the pond and the wise old turtle who lived there. Peter and his siblings listened eagerly and learned about the wonders of the world outside their burrow. Peter realized that he didn't need to go into forbidden places to have fun. There were so many safe and wonderful places to explore. He became more careful and always made sure to listen to his mother's advice. Peter and his siblings grew up happy and safe, always remembering the lessons they learned. Moral of the story. From our adventure, we learned that it's important to listen to our parents because they know what is best for us. Being curious is good, but we must also be careful and think about the consequences of our actions. We should always stay safe and make good choices, just like we learned to do. Remember, there are plenty of fun and safe adventures waiting for us if we listen and stay out of trouble.